binary to octal and from octal to binary and hexadecimal to binary and from binary to hexadecimal, is it not? 1 minus 0.0110, that will be taken as system is usually carried out for decimal as well as binary numbers, because there are generally two types of complements. One is known as R's complement, where R represents a base. What is the representation of the number? If we have a number, in what system the number has been represented? Hello students, welcome to the next session of Digital Electronics. I am Dr. Soumyashri, Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram College. Till now, I discussed or I completed the concept till the arithmetic operations that can be carried on binary numbers. The numbers in decimal system, operations on that, arithmetic operations, you know about that. From the last session or after the completion of the session, we will also be familiar with the operations, arithmetic operations that can be carried on binary numbers. Now you know, if you type 3 plus 4, how does the CPU is going to process that? From converting it to binary number and performing the addition operation on those binary numbers and converting it using the conversion operation for displaying on an output device. Is it not? After completing this thing, we shall continue for further concepts which use these basic things of number system, conversion between different number system and arithmetic operations that can be carried out on binary numbers. In today's session, let's have a look at the complement system. I am complementing you, you are complementing me. Is this the complementing system? Complementing system is all about complementing the binary numbers. Why do you need complementing the binary numbers? Because we know about handling the numbers which are in decimal. How does it can be handled? By the computers, by converting it to binary numbers. Is it not? The question here is, till now we discussed or I told you about only the positive numbers. Is it not? Only positive numbers we have taken. How does you can convert a positive number from decimal to octal, from decimal to hexadecimal, decimal to binary, or any conversion, or all the operations or all the concepts that we have already finished, all is about only the positive numbers. The question here is the number used only the negative on positive numbers, or is there any possibility of encountering a negative number? Yes, you can have a negative number that can occur in any instance of the operation. Any operation or any task that you done, that you carry out in your computer may result in a negative number. If it is a negative number, how does the system is going to handle it? General positive sign, we know about that, how to handle all those things, we know about that. What about the negative numbers? How does the computer is going to process these negative numbers? To handle these negative numbers, we have the complement system. Negative number will be complemented to positive by one or the other way. What are the ways? That is the concept of complement system. How do you handle, or how does the computer handles the negative values or negative numbers will be using the complement system. Okay. Before knowing about complement system, we shall have a view of how does you can represent binary numbers for a hexadecimal number and a octal number. In the last session, I've completed that conversion. How do you convert a number from binary to octal and from octal to binary and hexadecimal to binary and from binary to hexadecimal, is it not? So, this is a tabulation that helps you to convert any number in octal to binary or binary to octal and hexadecimal to binary and from binary to hexadecimal. So, this interoperation will be easier if you refer to this table. Okay. So, this is the table. After this table, let's have a look at the answers for the problems that we have had a look at in the previous sessions. This is all about converting from decimal to binary. Next is decimal to binary with floating points or decimal fractional part. Next is answer to examples for conversion from decimal to octal. You can refer to previous sessions for the answers for the questions. Next is conversion from decimal to hexadecimal. Next is converting from binary to decimal, then octal to decimal, hexadecimal to decimal. Next comes is conversion to octal from binary. As is said, you can easily make it by grouping it into 3 digits. If this is decimal, start with decimal point, group of 3. If you don't have 3 digits, add a 0 after, if it is after decimal point, add a 0 as prefix if it is integer part. If it is floating point, add a suffix of 0 to make it group of 3. So, this will become 0, 1, 0, which represents 2. Okay. This is about binary to hexadecimal. You can easily make it by making it group of 4 digits. Since only 2 digits are there, you can have a prefix of 2 zeros to make it group of 4 digits. 0, 0, 1, 1 represents 3. Okay. In the same way, here also make the group of 4 digits, add zeros as a prefix, 1, 0, 1, 0 and 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay. So, this can be represented in hexadecimal form in this way. Okay. Next is converting the octal to binary. You can represent each of the number by 3 digits. You can refer to the table in the first slide. 5 can be represented as 101, 110 for 6, 111 for 7. Can represent it the help of 3 digits. Same with the number with, example with fractional part, group of 3 digits in binary. 0, 0, 1. Then hexadecimal to binary. Now it is group of 4. You can refer again to the table. Then again group of 4 for 5, C2. Then 6 as 0, 1, 1, 0. 2 as 0, 0, 1, 0 and 1 as 0, 0, 0, 1 with a base 2. Make the practice of specifying the base for every representation. Whatever number you write, you specify the base 8, 2, 16 or 10 so that it avoids the confusion between what is the representation of the number. If you have a number, in what system the number has been represented. To make the task easy, you just use the base so that reduces the complexity of representation of numbers. Alright. Next we have answers for arithmetic operations carried out on different numbers. You can check the correctness of the answer by converting these values to decimal. Convert the operands in binary to the decimal as well as answer to the decimal. Okay. So, this will prove you the correctness of the arithmetic operation you have carried out. Next thing is the subtraction on the examples given in the last session. So, we have 1, 1, 1, 1 minus 0, 1, 0, 0 results in 1, 0, 1, 1. Again, you can check for the correctness by converting it to decimal. All the operands and the result to decimal. Next comes is the multiplication operation with the various examples. 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0 like this. Okay. Last thing is division. Again, you can check with the correctness by using the conversion concept. Alright. You just counter check the answers that you have carried out. Okay. This is all about the answers for the problems from the previous sessions. To the next concept, that is all about the complement system. What is complement system? Why do we need a complement system? Okay. In complement system, so complement system is usually carried out for decimal as well as binary numbers, because these are the most of the representation will be done either in decimal number or in binary numbers. Even though we use octal and hexadecimal, use of these numbers will be very much less when compared to decimal as well as the binary numbers. Okay. Because of which the complement system is developed only for decimal as well as the binary system. Okay. Usually in complement system we have 4 types. One is 1's complement, 2's complement, 9's complement and 10's complement. Okay. 1 and the 2's complement will be used for binary numbers, whereas 9's and 10's complement will be used for decimal numbers. Okay. What is the use of using a complement system is, so 1's and 2's complement of a binary number are used to represent a negative number which are represented in decimal negative number is represented using the complement system in a binary number. Okay. Otherwise, it will be difficult to represent the negative values because you cannot put the sign. Sign will not be read by the computer because it can understand only ones and zeros. That means you cannot use the symbol negative as we use in decimal. Suppose if you use minus 45, you can represent 4 in binary and even 5 in binary. But you can't represent minus in binary. For representing a negative number in binary, the digital electronics or the digital system uses a complement representation of the binary numbers. Okay. So, complement system uses the representation for negative numbers. In that also, we use 2's complement for most of the representation of negative numbers. All right. This is all about something about the complement system. The next thing we need to know is how do you get a complement system or how do you get a complement number? What are the different types of number system or different types of complement system that can be used is, there are generally two types of complements. One is known as R's complement, where R represents a base, number base, whether it is 10 or 2. R represents the base. The types of complement are the R's complement and the R minus 1's complement. If you use base as R, R minus 1 will be another complement system that can be used. Okay. Next we shall discuss or will get to know about both the types of complement system. Okay. The first thing we need to know is the R's complement. R is the base. Here, how do you represent a number in R's complement? Suppose R can be here either 10 in a decimal system or 2 in a binary system. 10 or 2. R will either represent 10 or 2 based on the value you have given. How do you generate a complement for a number? How do you complement a number? What is the procedure that can be carried out to complement a number is all about the procedure that I'll tell you now. The definition says that if you have a positive number or any number n, if you represent a number as n in base R, as I have said, R can be either 10 or 2, okay, with an integer part of n digits, okay. So, number of digits in the number n will be important to find out the complement in that for that number, okay. Integer part of n digits, n number of digits. The R's complement of n, if it is 10, 10's complement of a number n can be defined as, R to the power of n. N represents the number of digits. R is the base and n is the number of digits in the number n. So, it can be referred as R to the power of n minus n, okay, where n is number of digit, the uppercase n represents the number, smaller case n represents the total number of digits in this n, and r represents the base. Okay. Now, I have an example here. I am using a number 52520, which is represented in decimal system. Okay. Here, this is r and this is n. Okay. 52520 is the n and is represented with a base of 10, which is r here. Okay, n is 52520 and n, so small n is 5. Number of digits. Okay, we have an example of 52520, which can be represented as n, whose base is 10, which can be termed as, recognized as r. Okay. So, n is number of digits in n. It is 5. Total number of digits in n is 5. R is 10. To find the complement for 52520, what you can do is r to the power of n minus n. So, r here is 10. N is total number of digits in number. This 10 to the power of 5 minus 52520 results in 10 to the power of 5 minus 52520 results in 4748. Okay. So, this is the complement of 52520 to the base 10. Okay. Whenever you have r's complement, it will be either 10 or 2. This is a representation in decimal system. Okay. Now, let's have a look at other examples. Now, we have a decimal point or fractional part. How do you generate a complement system when you have fractional part in a decimal number? We have the example of 0.3267 to the base 10. We have the example of 0.3267, which is a fractional part. How do you generate complement system for this is, since there is no integer part in the n, what we will do, n will be termed as 0, n equals 0. So, 10 to the power of n, 10 to the power of 0 equals 1, is it not? So, 10's complement can be calculated by subtracting 0.3267 by 1, which has the result 0.6733 with the base 10. Okay. So, next is when you have example, when you have both the integer parts as well as fractional part. When you have both of these, we will consider only the integer number of digits in integer part for finding out the complement. Okay. So, this is example is having 2 digits in integer part. We will take 10 to the power of 2 minus 25.639 results in 100 minus 25.639. The result will be 74.361 or 74.361 to the base 10. Okay. Next example is 2. Ours is R for the base 10 we have discussed. Now it is for the R where R is equal to 2 for the binary numbers. How do you find out the complement system for a binary number? Okay, here we have an example of 101100 to the base 2. How do you find out it? Again, the base is 2 and the total number of digits in this is 101100, total of 6 digits. Okay, so this will be base R will be 2 to the power of n will be 6, total number of digits. Okay, so R here is 2, n is total number of digits in number, it is 6, n is 101100. Okay, so 2 to the power of 6 is 64, which can be represented, it is represented 2 to the power of 6 is represented as decimal system, but subtraction must be carried out in binary. So 2 to the power of 6 is 64. Is it not? So 64, when you convert it to binary, you will get 1000000, 6 zeros. So subtraction will be 1, 6 zeros minus 101100. Do you remember the subtraction operation with binary numbers? Okay, results in 100000 minus 101100. We'll have the answer 0, 0. What must be done? 0 minus 1. What we have to be carried out? We have to take a borrow when you are subtracting 1 from 0. But you don't have 1 here. So, we will take the number borrow from last one. So, this will become 10. Again, this will become 10. This will become 10. This will become 10. 10 minus 1. The result is 1 with the borrow of 1. When 1 is taken from here, 1 is remaining. 1 minus 1 is 0. Again, here remains a 1. We have subtracted or we have borrowed 1 from here. 10 is 2. When you take 1 from here, 1 is remaining. So, 1 minus 0 is 1. Now, we have again 2 from 2, 1 is taken as borrow. Now, remains 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. So, now nothing is remained, or you can take it as 0. There is no problem. Or else, since the original number has only 6 digits, you can restrict the answer to 6 digits only. Okay. Now, we have another example of having fractional part. Okay. 1, there is no integer part. So, we shall take 2 to the power of 0, it is equal to 1. 1 minus 0.0110. So it will be taken as 1 4 zeros minus 0.0110. So this will be 0 minus 0 is 0. Again, when you borrow 1 from here, 1 minus 1. So it is 1, 1 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. Now remains 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. There remains 0. So it is 0.1010. Okay. This is how you can generate a complement when it is R. When you ask for finding out the R's complement, R to the power of n, that is total number of digits in that number, minus that number which is in a particular base. Okay, base will be the R here. It is either 10 or 2. You can find 10's complement and 2's complement when the base is R. Okay. Another complement system is R minus 1. Okay, R minus 1. Again, here we have R as the base. If it is 10 decimal system, R will be 10. R minus 1 is 10 minus 1. It is 9. If it is 2, base R is 2, then R minus 1 will be 2 minus 1, 1. So in R minus 1, we have 2 complement, that is 9's complement and 1's complement. Okay, 9's and 1's. In R we have 10's complement and 9's complement. In R minus 1, we have 1's complement and 9's complement. Okay, when in the case of R minus 1 complement, how do you find out the R minus 1 complement? Now, let's have a look at how to generate an R minus 1 complement. Alright. Now, for the purpose, general purpose, we consider only the positive number. Given a positive number n, you have given a positive number n with base R. You have a base R with an integer part of n digits. So we have integer part of n digits and a fraction part of m digits. Here we have in R minus 1, we encounter a fractional part also. Fractional part can be considered as m digits. In R's complement, we don't bother about the fractional part. Okay. In R minus 1 complement, we take care of the fractional part also, where the small n represents total number of digits in integer part and small m represents the total number of digits in fractional part. Okay. Using these two n and m, the R minus 1's complement can be found out. Okay. How do you find out is, for this also, we have a representation where it is defined as R to the power of n minus R to the power of minus m minus n. So it is R to the power of n minus R to the power of minus m minus n. So this expression will help you to generate R minus 1's complement. Alright. Let's have an example in decimal system. Same example, 52520. It was represented in decimal and we have found out the complement in 10's complement, R's complement, is it not? Now, we shall look at what will be the complement answer, what will be the answer when you generate a result in r minus 1, that is 10 minus 1, 9's complement. Okay. Find the 9's complement of 52520. Same input. Okay. Here again it is 52520. N is number of digits in n. Total number of digits is 5. M is number of digits in fractional part of n, but you don't have fractional part here, so it will be 0. Okay. R minus 1 will be 9. To find the complement, you have to find out r to the power of n minus r to the power of minus m minus n. Okay. Here it is r to the power of n. R is 10 only. Okay. We are finding 9's complement because we are taking r minus 1. So, it is 9's complement. To find out the 9's complement, you have to use the 10 as the r. 10 to the power of 5 minus 10 to the power of 0, because there is no fractional part. So, it is 10 to the power of 0, it is 1. Okay. That is minus 52520. Results in 47479. So, the calculation will be 10 to the power of 5 minus 1 results in 99999. Is it not? Now, subtract 52520 by all the 9's. Result will be 7474. Result is 47479. Okay. So, this is the result of 9's complement. It is not 10's complement. 10 minus 1's complement it is. So, it is 9's complement. Let's have a look at same examples in r minus 1's complement. Now, I have 0.3267 in base 10. Okay. In this, no integer part. So, 10 to the power of 0, it is 1. Fractional part is 10 to the power of minus 4. Okay. So, it will become 1 by 10 to the power of minus 10 to the power of 4. It will be 1 minus 10 to the power of minus 4 minus 0.3267. So, it will result in 1 minus 1 by 10 to the power of 4. It will be 1 minus 0.1000. Okay. So, this will be 1 minus 1 by 10 to the power of 4 results in 1 minus 0.0001 results in 9999. 0.9999 minus 0.3267. The result will be 2376. 0.7632. Is that correct? Okay. Next is finding when you have both the integer part and the fractional part. Okay. It will be 10 to the power of 2 minus 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay. So, result will be, the calculation will be 10 to the power of 2, 100 minus 0.0001. 0, 0, 1. So result will be 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. 99.999 minus 25.639 results in 0, 6, 3, 4, 7. 74.360. Alright. This is all about r minus 1 complement when base is 10. What is the answer if base is 2? That means binary representation. How do you find out r minus 1's complement in binary number? So, to find 1's complement of 101100, you have to take, this is representation in decimal, not in binary, decimal, 2 to the power of 6 minus 1. 1 because you don't have fractional part here. So, it will be 2 to the power of 0, that means 1. Okay, 2 to the power of 6 minus 1 results, and subtract the 101100 from this, you will get 010011. Okay, so 2 to the power of 6 again is 64 minus 1 is 63 results in 63 divided by 0. 2 3s are 6, 1, 2 1s are 2, 1. So, we have total 6 ones. Okay, 6 ones, 1 1 1 1 1 1 minus 0 1 0 0 1 1. Okay, now the result is, now we have 6 ones, 1 1 1 1 1 1 minus 1 0 1 1 0 0. Okay, the result will be 1 minus 0 1, 1 minus 0 1, 1 minus 1 0, 1 minus 1 0, 1 minus 0 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 1 0 0 1 1. All right. If you have fractional part, how do you find out it in fractional part is, here integer part, there is no integer part. So, it will be 2 to the power of n is 2 to the power of 0, it is 1, minus 2 to the power of minus 4 results in minus, we have to find out the binary value of this, minus 0.0110. Okay, results in 0.1111 minus 0.0110. The result will be 0.1001. Alright. So, this is how we can represent the r minus 1's complement. Okay. When you have r complement, r's complement will be tens and twos. When it is r minus 1, it will be 9's complement and 1's complement. Okay. The expression that can be used is, for r's complement, it will be r to the power of n minus n. For r minus 1, it will be r to the power of n minus r to the power of minus m, r minus n. Alright. The next question is whether we have to find out, or we have to carry out all these procedures to find out the complement. Not necessary. You have some of the shortcuts that can be used for finding a complement. Okay. In tens complement, what you can do, it can be obtained by subtracting the first non-zero LSB or first non-zero least significant digit by 10, last digit must be subtracted by 10 and other subsequent digits by 9. Okay. Example, if you take the same example, 520, what is the shortcut method you can follow is subtract the first non-zero number from 10. Here first non-zero number from LSB is 2. What you have to do is subtract the first non-digit number from 10 and subsequent numbers by 9 will result in 8, 4, 7, 4. So keep the 0 as it is. It will result in 4, 7, 4, 8, 0, which is a tens complement. Okay. What about the 2's complement? How do you find out 2's complement is obtained by leaving all least significant bit zeros as it is. If you have zeros in least significant bits in the right side of the numbers, you keep it as it is and first non-zero digit, if you have 1, first 1 must be remained as it is and then replace other numbers, other zeros by ones and ones by zeros. For example, if you take 1 0 1 0 1 1 0, what does the shortcut method says is keep the zeros in last significant digits or positions. Last significant digit here is 0. Leave as it is. Along with that, first non-zero digit unchanged. Don't change the first non-digit. Here it is the first non-digit. Keep it as it is. 1, 0. Zeros must be in the LSB, must be as it is. 0. First non-zero digit as it is. Then change ones to zeros, 0 to 1, 1 to 0, 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. So this gives you the 2's complement of a binary number. Alright. So this is about R's complement. When you have R minus 1 complement, this is about R's complement. When it is R minus 1's complement, so 9's complement can be obtained by subtracting every digit from 9. If you take same example, 52520, subtract all the digits from 9, okay, leaving 0. LSB 0 must be kept as it is. 7, 4, 7, 4. 4, 7, 4, 7, 0 is the 9's complement. How do you find out 1's complement is? Replace all the zeros and the ones. Okay. If you take same example 1 0 1 0 1 1 0, it will be 0 1 0 1 0 0 1. So this is 1's complement of the number. Okay. So remember the shortcuts that can be used to find out the complements in case of R as well as R minus 1's complement. Okay. So this is an example for the complement system. So we have the example or exercise examples for you. Just work out these programs and find out what is the complement that can be generated for these numbers. Find out the 9's as well as the 10's complement, and for these numbers find out the 1's and the 2's complement. Okay. So this is all about something about the complement system R and the R minus 1 complement. In the next session, we shall be discussing about subtraction operation using the ones and the twos complement in binary, along with that weight number system and the binary coded decimal system. So, these number systems we will be discussing in the next session. Thank you.